Sup guys, Tyler Carter here with a new video. It's not a GM mode, well it is a GM mode, but somebody on 2BC forums, same guy that suggested the last time, he had a good suggestion for me. Uh, this is actually kind of a good thing because I'm kind of on the fence on whether I should do like 15 years for the arcade GM I'm planning to do, arcade GM mode I'm planning to do, or 20 years or 25, or even if I should do one at all. So hopefully this one kind of pushes me one way or the other. I do want to do it, but I'm not sure if I should because we're already halfway through the NHL 15's lifespan. The next one's coming out sometime in September, obviously. I guess sometime in September, probably. So, not sure what's going to happen as far as this is going to be this is concerned. But this is my quote unquote arcade GM mode. Basically, what I did here is I trade for the worst team's picks at the beginning of every year. So like I can't move because I'm already at year 25 and I'm done with it. But like say, so like at August September 13th, I'd go to say Calgary has a sucky team, so I'd go to Calgary because draft picks are dirt cheap relatively at the beginning of the year. So I'd go to Calgary and trade for their pick, and then hopefully they're one of the worst teams, so I have a stepping stone to trade for the top pick at the draft if I need to. And if I've actually only won the lottery with one of the draft picks like only 5 times, I think, out of 25 years, and I've traded for picks every year. So anyway, I have it on the Hartford Wolfpack for a reason, because I want it to be a little spoiler. So you can see I don't have cap on. Uh, we have 37 players under contract. Our average age is 28.8, which isn't that bad. This is year 25, obviously, so everybody is at just computers. Okay, is it on Hartford? Nope. Okay, so I'll just show you my prospects first. Oh, no, that was Ottawa. Anyway, all skaters. There we go. And our top player was Jesse Stogkus, 96 overall. He's only 4.5 stars. He's the 5th pick of the Dallas Stars. He went to Washington, and then he went to us. I traded for him because our team was starting to suck, but surprisingly, our team had the worst year we'd had in like 5 years. That one was like the worst we had had in a while. So, Alan Bembridge, this was a draft pick of Calgary's, but my draft pick was another defenseman. I had the first overall that year, so I swapped him, and then I. Actually, this guy, because Bembridge at the time of the draft, he was like 82 overall, and then I got this guy who's like 75, so I traded for Bembridge, and then eventually I traded for Nystrom. Ron Oliver, this guy was a draft pick. He was 4.5 red. Chicago picked him up, so I waited a little too long, so I had to pay a little much for him. Pierre Latendresse, this was I don't remember him being 91 overall. Holy crap. I thought he was, okay, I don't know. Dean Palaja, that was my draft pick. Misselli, he's starting to go down, but it's already over. Jared Malpe, that wasn't my draft pick, so yeah, so yeah, since and then Terry Ingles. This was another good pick. This was mine though. Anyway, so what happened was since at the end of year 25, since I was obviously not going to be using my prospects anymore, I just traded all my prospects and all my draft picks and stuff to improve my team. We ended up having our worst season. So, yeah, look at our defense. 92, 91, 90, 89, 89, 87. Turns we've been winning 60 games every year for the last 5 years, and that one year that we didn't win 60 games, that was like a transition year where we were going away from Connor McDavid, Drouin, and a created player I had made to a bunch of computers. So yeah, Terry Inglis, those are goalies. So anyway, there's the trade block's locked, so I can't show you that, but I'll just show you the best overall players on each team. Yeah, you see, that was a draft pick of mine. Jody Boy, I think I drafted that guy. I traded him away, though. Matt Omar, I had him on my team at one time. Jody Hoyle, that was the player I had. Toronto. Tampa Bay, I got a lot of draft picks from them because they sucked for most of the GM. Well, I traded for most of their players, that's why. So yeah, Toronto isn't too good. William Buckley, he was on my team. That was one of my draft picks too, I think. Joffrey Frank, he was on my team. That was the main guy in the Saukus trade. Anybody else? Nope. Sheldon Ryan. No. Colin Ferrio. He was on my team at one time, but he sucks offensively. Like his offensive awareness is 79. Like that's been the story of the series. Like all the two-way forwards are so sick offensively, and they suck defensively. And then all the snipers and playmakers just suck offensively, but they're good defensive players. Like I had somebody on my team that was like 90s overall. His offense, he's a playmaker, center playmaker. He's like 90 overall, and he only has 82s for offensive awareness and passing. So like seriously. Anybody else? Nope. I'll take a look at the the goalies after this. Russell Getzlaf. Yeah, that was 1 year. I found Russell Getzlaf. I found R Getzlaf, and then I found an R Niedermayer. But and they were both named Russell, not Rob or Ryan. Lee Long. This was one of my draft picks. I didn't have room for him on my team though, so I traded him away. Boston. Jack Rimmer. I think I drafted this guy. Yeah, I drafted this guy. I was because if I don't see somebody on the prospects, the top prospects, the prospect game list that's not if they're not in that list, I typically go for them because unless yeah, obviously so and if they're like only like 50 overall, I'll go trade for the ones that I do like. So, Terrence Tapper, this guy was on my team, but he took a shitload of penalties. Whoops, wrong button. Buffalo, Richter. I didn't have this guy. Godfrey, nope, I don't recognize any of these. Calgary, Reed Fowley, this was one of my draft picks. He didn't pan out totally. I was hoping he would be a first-line center, but we were without a first-line center for a long time. Our first-line center was like 88 or 89 or whatever. We had good center depth. We had like an 87 on the first line, an 88 on the second line, and 89 on the third line, which was mainly due to their offensive/defensive stats. But Tiny Patrick, yeah, grinder. Sure, he's tiny. Wes Peterson, I think I had him on my team like for a very short amount of time, but oh yeah, I drafted this guy. That's right. I traded him to Carolina for like a draft pick 1 year. Chicago, Johnny Legwand. Don't recognize anybody here. Brett Alexi, Sorensen, Grenier, Marian Gabrick. Yep, found somebody named Marian Gabrick. I forgot what year it was, but Marcus Sundin, lots of weird names here. Spike Hay, I had this guy at one point, but I traded him for Ray Stock, who didn't pan out totally, and he's not my team either. Troy Sloan, anybody else? Curtis McCarty, I think, was on my team at one point, and so is Tony Moroz. Alvin Dunham, Dallas didn't have the greatest depth. Detroit, Meach, Hardigan was on my team at one point, but he started getting old, so I traded him. Kenny Phillips, nobody. Edmonton, Bootland, I think I had at one point. Roger Law, I didn't have this guy. Peelmere. Nolan Shaman, Malakov, Barlow, anybody? Nope. I had Birdie at the bottom. Kurt Archibald. Like, look, this is another guy. Like, his defense is better than his offense. Like, yeah. Jesus. This game, man. Reed Perot. I think I had this guy at one point. I think I drafted him. I'm not exactly sure. Darcy, Dean Hordachuk. I almost called him Darcy. Whoops, I lost the sort. Zidlicki, Hot. Trevor Hot. Chris Dorsett. I think I had this guy like for a very short amount of time. Darnay. Like if I was like very jealous. If I saw a player I liked, I would just I'd trade for him whenever I could. Polachek, this was another draft pick that didn't pan out. He kind of busted mainly because I had him on my third and fourth lines because I didn't have room for him. But yeah. Okay, Steve Petrovic, no. Okay. Jared Rita, I didn't have this guy, but this guy's actually not a terrible player. He's not great. He's not bad. Zach Nugent Hopkins, I don't remember that guy. New York Rangers, that's our team. Ottawa, Kelvin Subban, that was one of my draft picks. Tommy Jesu, that was also one of my draft picks. I traded him away thinking we wouldn't be able to grow in time, but actually he turns out he did, but whatever. Pittsburgh, Jody Boy, I already showed you. Did I already look at these guys? Lynn Richter. What's on my team? Tampa, Winnipeg. Yeah, I already showed you all these. Okay. So let's take a look at the goalies. So Anaheim, Runsfeld. This guy was their main goalie for a while. And then they have this guy who didn't grow. Arizona, Reinprecht. Yeah, a lot of teams have like sucky goalie combinations, so just be expecting it. Philip Oletz, this was one of my draft picks. I traded him away for wait, did I drafted this guy, right? Yeah, the first overall. because sometimes I would find a 4.5 gold star goalie on the free agency, and I'd trade him away. So, but I didn't do it for this. That wasn't the case with this guy. This was one of the draft picks that I just traded for a pick. So, Buffalo, Pitt, and they're decent. They're actually pretty good in this time. Calgary doesn't have a single 80 overall goalie. They got and they don't really have much to look forward to either. Carolina, Samuel Weaver. There's like a team with like a horrible goalie combination, so just wait for it. Colorado, not them. Sergei Bobrovsky, Matthias Oland. Oh my God. Columbus, Bernard LeBlanc. This was one of my draft picks, I think. Yeah, once again, one of the people I traded to a team for a draft pick. Dallas, Godfrey. They had Mildier to look forward to. Carlson, and this guy, Pavel Kulikov. I had gotten like a 4.5 gold star player at the top of the draft for like 20 straight years. I'm not kidding. I got like, I think he's already retired, but I got this guy named Chad Torres, and he was 4.5 green, and that was like in year 5 or something, year 4 or 5, and I didn't get a single. I didn't get anything else than a 4.5 green star at draft pick number 1 until Pavel Kulikov, and this was in year 24, so I couldn't use him because he wasn't going to grow at all. So yeah, this was one of the main guys I used to get some improvements. Edmonton. Milson. Yeah, I traded for their defensively minded playmakers. Playmaker. Demers. Okay. There we go. Or Demers. Florida, 78, 75. Nothing. Los Angeles, Henderson. Minnesota. Henderson's been on their team for a while. Vyacheslav Bure. Since the cap spaces, so this guy's actually an interesting story. I obviously drafted him. I didn't sign. I think I traded him. Then he fell to. I traded him for a draft pick, and then he fell to free agency. But what I do for re-sign is that I give them whatever they ask for, since obviously cap is off, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, that's kind of a bad habit though, since if you go into free agency and do that, obviously you're not going to get the player you want to get. So yeah, so Vyacheslav Bure, I missed out on a chance because he was only like 23 at the time, and he had good trade value, so it was somebody I could have traded. But yeah, interesting story actually. So Montreal, Tallender, I think no, I didn't trade for this guy. Nashville, Kari Lettinen. This guy was a bust. He was like he was a 5th overall pick. He only grew to like an 83. He was 4.5 gold. I remember that good. Kari Lettinen. New Jersey, Clint Reinhardt was a 2nd-round pick actually, I think, so that's pretty good. Jan Stefsky, I'm trying to see. There's like a team with like a horrible goalie. Terry Inglis. This was an Ottawa draft pick I had. I traded for him, and he was only like 89 at the time because there weren't any great goalies due to the fact that there was only 4.5 gold stars for like 5 years. But he grew. Ottawa, yeah, Robbins, Oleg Galiev. This was the main guy I used to trade him, but he was 91 overall at the time I traded him. But he was 4 stars. He was like 32 when he was starting to drop, so that's why I traded him. Yeah, this guy wasn't even a draft pick of my own either. So, Galiev, Wedderburn. Cardwell, I'm trying to see here who I had. Pittsburgh, Sylvain Leclerc, Henrique, 78 overall. Oh, he's probably 4.5 red, so that's not too much of a bust. San Jose, Drummond. There's like a team with like a horrible goalie combination. I could have sworn I like took a team and made them have like only 67 overall goalies or something. Tom Donnelly, this guy used to be like 4.5 stars and like 89 overall, so he used to be pretty good. Gautier Leduc. It was Tampa, and they just lost. They just got good players. Toronto, they eventually started coming back up at the end of the GM. They were kind of they were mediocre, just like the Toronto Maple Leafs in real life. They were just mediocre for most of the GM, except for the first 3 or 4 years where Rammer just has a hard on for them. Trying to see here. Washington, Begris, Harris, Dumont, Vermette, and Winnipeg. Winnipeg, I think it was. Yeah, Gormley, Gleck, and that's all of them. So those are the players. Let's see here. What else do I want to do? Coaching options. Can I take a look at... No, I can't look at the lines. Damn it. GM options and roster moves is blacked out. Okay, so this kind of this kind of stinks, but whatever. Let's take a look at the GM trackers. Yeah, I got 5 stars for offense, defense, and goaltending. Look at the TP, the task points, not toilet paper. 21,621. I've been a legendary GM for a long time. GM reputation 100. GM tasks, GM reputations. Great reputation with Buffalo, neutral with 3 teams, and then poor reputation with Dallas, and the rest of the league hates me because I'm so awesome. But literally, because I had to try a lot of trades multiple times because I'm kind of like stubborn with that kind of stuff. So they eventually grew to hate me. So I've got like 5 teams that don't. I've got 4 teams that don't hate me, 1 team that doesn't like me, and then the rest of the league hates me. There are 25, any other 24 teams. Team rankings: New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks. You can just read all this, but we've been first for a long time. Career GM power rank, number 1. Whoops, no. Fuck. Okay, that was close. 16th in toughness. C minus. Yeah, that's pretty good because typically, I've always been at the bottom of the league in toughness, but whatever. Team rankings, GM records. Most tasks unlocked. You can just look at this yourself. Best statistics. Shouts. Okay, I'm going to look at the GM tracker before I spit statistics. There you go. Okay, so look at all the cups I've earned. Still starting off, this was the year I bombed to trade everybody away. Allowed like almost 5 goals a game. Then I tried to come back with only a 1-year rebuild because that doesn't usually work out. I usually have to take 2 years for my arcade rebuilds. But it didn't work out this time. And then the next year we made the playoffs. We got eliminated in the second round. Next year we made the Stanley Cup Finals and lost in the first round this following year. And then we lost in the Stanley Cup Finals, and we won 3 straight cups, lost in the second round. 8 straight cups, lost in the first round, but that was a transition year. That was a transition year. Oh, we did win 62 games this year. I forgot we pulled it together towards the end of the season. But anyway, yeah, we won. Won 8 straight cups. And this was the year I started trading away McDavid, all my created players that had been so good for me, and then I had to transition to my younger players, which obviously created a bit of a time gap. My goals against went way up, my goals for went way down, so yeah, we exited in the first round. And we won 5 straight cups after pulling it together. This was kind of a down year, but we ended up winning the cup, so it doesn't matter. And then the last year, after all the improvements I freaking made, we ended up losing in the 3rd round. Our goals against went up, and our goals for way down. So like, I don't get it. Team stats, season, playoff, yeah. GM records. Now I can look at this stuff without being mad. So free agency. Let's take a look at this. Trades made, trades offered, but rejected by the CPU. So I'm like 1 for 3 pretty much as far as trades go. Trades made in a single year. I've made 25 in a year before. Look at all that. Highest GM reputation achieved, 100. Free agency and re-sign, best signed free agent overall rating. Yeah, the problem with having no cap on is that you don't typically see very good players on the free agent market. Because pretty much when you're not constrained for cap, you don't need to get like rid of a Boychuk or a Nicoletti or whatever. So. Yeah, so free agent signed, 54 contracts renewed. Most of those have been. I think I've signed depth before. Yeah, I did a complete makeover on my AHL team, just like depth players. But that's and besides like maybe a couple of depth players I signed for my NHL team that never made the team. All those are just prospects. Contracts renewed, 308. Most renewals offered in the off season. I'm not sure what that means. Players claimed off of waivers. I just claimed the players that look good. So usually they're really old, or they're 26, 75 overall, and 3.5 gold. So they're not worth much. Free agency and re-sign. Let's see what's rookies and scouting. Total directed scouting trips 178. Best rookie class scouted 41. Rookies personally drafted 129. I don't think I've hit auto draft at all. Centers draft. I mean, I've hit auto draft for the whole round, but that's after all my picks are gone. Centers drafted 22, wingers drafted 44, defenders drafted 53, goalies drafted 10. Playoff history: Stanley Cup 16, Total trophies earned 210. Qualified for the playoffs 23 out of 25 times. Times eliminated in the first round 2. Quarterfinals 21 times. Semifinals 19 times. And that last year is our only loss in the Eastern Conference Finals in our entire history. We had made it to the Stanley Cup Finals every other time. Playoff rounds swept. We've swept 35 rounds. So that's almost one a year. Statistics, obviously, I've already seen that. Contracts history. Yeah, this is the thing I don't like about the GM mode. Like, look, 44. Look at the look at the playoffs and the wins. So get at least 44 wins. I obviously didn't do that. I had GM firing off, so that's probably why. I'm pretty sure he probably would have fired me if I had it on. 44 wins, make it to the playoffs. Owner happy with your no. 47 wins, second round, no. 49 wins, conference finals. So I got 49 wins, but I didn't make it to the conference finals, so he wasn't that happy. Anyways, second contract, look, he's asking for 79 wins, but at the beginning of every deal, this is a glitch. At the beginning of every deal they offer you, the first year, they're not going to want you to make the playoffs. Like, look at the first year for every deal. Get at least 49 wins. Like, piece of cake. No playoffs. First year, no playoffs. First year, no playoffs. First year, no playoffs. And first year, no playoffs. And then it'll gradually accustom you. It'll, like, ask you to make the playoffs and then maybe second round or whatever. So I guess it's probably feeling sorry for me because it was... Maybe it's just like making up for asking me to make the conference finals in year 3, and I didn't do that, so it's probably mad at me. Anyway, I wonder if it's like adaptive difficulty like that. Yes, yeah. So I maxed out all my stuff years ago. Franchise. Okay, there you go. You can see my organizational makeup. I don't have any two-way defensive defenseman. And Forster, I think that's my AHL team. Carl Busenberg, I think was his name. He's like 74 overall. He's not played an NHL game before. Grinder, that's also my AHL team. I have like a power forward in my NHL team, I think, but I have Ron Oliver, that's for sure. Two-way forward, I have a couple two-way forwards, I think, and goalies, no, nothing but hybrids. Roster makeup, yeah, there we go. Power forward, okay, I have a couple power forwards, a couple two-way forwards, offensive defenseman, two-way defender, hybrid, yeah. AHL roster makeup, yeah, you can see. Top offensive players: Sogkas, Bembridge, Takashi. That was my two-way forward guy that was talking about. He's 80. He's like 87 overall. He's got sick offense. He's got a good shot. He's got good offensive awareness and passing, but his defense is 82 for defensive awareness, 80 overall for shot blocking, and 82 for stick checking. He's got like a 75 for faceoffs, and he's a two-way forward. Like, come on, EA. Pavel Kuznetsov, I'm not sure who that is. Top defensive players: Guy Thibault. Yeah, that was the playmaker. He's got like 82 overall for passing and offensive awareness, which are big stats. And then his defense is 91 or 90. Actually, it was 93 for defensive awareness, 87 for shot blocking, and 90 for stick checking or something like that. So like literally, come on, come on, game. And recently added players. GM tasks. Anything else I want to take a look at? Power ranking. Oh, yeah. I can look at the Stanley Cups now. So 16 Cups. The Ducks are next with 3. Canucks with 2. And then the Bruins, the Kings, the Flyers, and the Lightning have each won 1. Toughest teams. We already looked at that. GM records. Tasks. Have we already looked at this? Power ranking. Oh, yeah. We haven't looked at all this. Playoff history and GM power rankings. Weeks this year in the top 10, 39 weeks this year's finished in the top 10. I've only been in the middle 10 once. Every other year I finished in the top 10. I'm pretty sure a large chunk of that has been number 1. So, yep, that's that. Anything else I want to do? I could look at stats, probably. Standings. So, NHL, there we go. Rangers, 134 points, 3.23. Weren't first in the league for once, because with Drouin, McDavid, and my created player, we were like first in the league for all the 4 major categories every single year, but not this year, I guess. Power play, 6th. Penalty kill, 14th. So yeah, we're more mediocre than we have been in years past, but we have won like 15 to start the end of the season to actually get to 65 wins. Player stats for the season, sure. I'll just show you what our teams typically does. Like the McDavid Carter, the card I made myself, by the way. But then McDavid Carter Drouin line, they put up a lot of points. Like they would all have 120-point seasons year after year, but once I switched to the computers, they started slowing down a bit because I didn't even have a point per game player this year. Chris Reimer, I had a good. This guy, I think I put this guy on my bottom line too. He's got sick offense, 97 for passing, 90 for offensive awareness. His shot's not that bad either, but yeah, not a great year. Takashi, like this guy, he's a consistent 40-goal scorer. Look at him, 82, 80, 82, 75 for faceoffs. His offensive awareness is 93. His passing is 85. He's got a maxed out slap shot. Like, oh my god, this game. And where's he? Friesen, Thibaut. Guy Thibaut. 89 overall, 93 for defensive awareness, 85 for shot blocking, 94 for stick checking. He's a playmaker. 85 for offensive awareness, 82 for passing. His shot isn't that great. Like, literally. What the fuck? Renan LeBlanc, same thing. 82 overall. 83 overall. He's a sniper. His shot's actually pretty good, so I won't fault him for that because they're supposed to develop not that much for the passing stuff. But and then goalies, obviously, Inglis. He had a decent year this year. Not great, but decent. Yeah, his big year was, this year, right here. 1.59 goals against, 940 save percentage, 20 shutouts, 5 assists. Wonder if he's had a goal yet. Actually, can you check that? No, it doesn't show. Damn. And Bernard Owens, this guy I picked off free agency. It was kind of an experiment. He was 2.5 green at the time I signed him. I was just trying to see if I could actually get lucky with like a 85 overall player. But yeah, anyway. Tracker, GM options, coaching stats. I'll take a look at the playoff tree real quickly, but and then the awards too, because I want to show you that. Anyway, yeah, we got eliminated by Ottawa in the conference finals. It wasn't 7 games, so it wasn't too bad, but seriously. And AHL, I think our AHL team won the finals, but I'm not sure. Anyway, awards, yeah. New York Rangers 3 in a row before their President's Trophy. We've run the President's Trophy like 20 years in a row or something like that. Literally, I'm not being funny. 20 years in a row or something. It's literally something like that. Prince of Wales, first time we didn't make the Stanley Cup Finals in a long time. Not a long time, but Jack Rimmer, Art Ross, Hart Memorial, Terry Inglis for 3rd time in 4 years, and Takashi was on our team, so we've swept the Hart Memorial for the past 4 years. Matt O'Mara, James Norris, not Bembridge for a 3rd straight year. Darcy Jams. Let's see here. Timu Koivu. Terry Inglis, Vezina Trophy for the past 4 years. William M. Jennings, Terry Inglis. Yeah, because I'm kind of shrewd with this because to actually be able to use, I don't have a backup. I just like put some 60 overall scrub in there and I just turn goalie rotation off and let him start all 82 games. Yeah, so that's how I do it. So that's why there's nobody else out there. Bill Masterton. Frank J. Selk, there's Tyler Carter, but actually I traded him before then, so he was on Buffalo that time, I think. Terry Inglis, Ted Lindsay, Maurice Richard, Walter Kovacs, that guy was on my team at one point. Luis Laliberte, Spike Hay, no, he was on my team still. Yeah, I used, at the height of the GM mode, I was picking up like 9 of the 12 or so awards there are every year, so. Yep, so that's my arcade GM mode. Anyway, there's whoops, let's go to Buff. Yeah, 7 games. Up 2-0, got shut out. 3 straight losses, a win, and then we lost in Game 7 again. So, yeah, not the greatest of seasons. Not the greatest of a series for us. But anyway, that is my arcade GM mode at a glance. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Hopefully that will be soon. I recorded Predators GM mode earlier, so I'll have to see how this works out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. If you want me to, if I get enough support to do it, I'll do it. But just give me some feedback on whether I should do this arcade GM mode or not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. So long.